What's happening, all you minties? This is the Uncanny Omar from Near Mint Condition, the home of collected editions. And today, I'm doing an overview of the Berserk Deluxe Edition Volume 11 from Dark Horse Comics. Let's get started. Before getting started, I want to give a huge thank you to the folks at Dark Horse for sending us a copy of this Deluxe Edition. This Deluxe Edition has already hit the book market and the direct market, so it is widely available everywhere. We have the latest Deluxe Edition of Berserk, and as always, I want to stress that it is mature content, so keep that in mind. And yeah, a lot of you were brought to my channel because of my first Deluxe Edition overview. Was the first person to do a review of it on YouTube, and it brought back a lot of memories. Here's what the spine looks like. Kentaro Miura down there, and Dark Horse at the bottom. Volume 11, Berserk. And then the back of the book. These are stickers, so you can just peel them off. And I'm so glad that they're stickers. And of course, embossed is this beautiful brand of the sacrifice. And then you have Berserk in this red foil stamp up there. And everything else, so it has this, there we go, this glow to it, kind of like the rest of the books. And speaking of books, this has been previously collected before in the tankobon size, so what we're looking at here is volumes 31, 32, and 33. It's just a lot bigger, so these little volumes, and each one of the little volumes comes with a little poster, a two-sided poster. I always ask the question, does anybody actually tear these off to hang up on a wall? Haven't met anyone that has said or answered yes. Those posters are collected in here. So let's go ahead and crack this open, talk about the stories in here. Just in case you haven't made it this far into the reading of Berserk, I am going to be talking about some spoilers that happened in the previous volume. So, you know, I always like to warn people ahead of time when I am going to be talking about spoilers. But even showing off the artwork, if you put me on mute, is going to spoil things. So, just in case, spoilers. Mild spoilers, I'll leave it at that. Let's get started. Alright. Okay. Let's go ahead and get this book opened with the black end paper there. And the posters of characters. Like I mentioned a little bit earlier, these are the ones that appeared in the original releases of volumes 31, 32, and 33. So just in case, they're all intact, except they're bigger. I love that they actually kept the posters. I'm so glad that there's so much love and attention of detail in these releases. So right to left format, just like every one of these. I'm not sure why you're watching an overview of Volume 11 if you haven't read Volume 1, but just in case. So here's your table of contents, Berserk 31, where you can find them in each of the pages where the chapters begin. The book, by the way, retailing for $49.99. And this particular volume has 672 pages. So here are your main characters. This is the main cast right here. I think there's one character that kind of joined them last in the previous volume that isn't appearing here yet. So you have Guts up here. You have Casca, Farnese, Isidro, Puck, and Serpico. Shirk, or Shirky. People argue left and right as to how to pronounce it, or Shirk. I've also heard that. I think I've always called her Shirk, but I'm sure I'm mispronouncing it. Griffith, and the new character, Roderick. The one that's missing from this particular intro here is Little Elf, Ivalera, that's her name. So here we find our cast of characters in the naval city of Verantis. And Verantis is being attacked by these armies of just the Kushan Empire. So there are these giant monsters with this creepy freaking imagery right here. I love it. So they're trying to get a ship. They're trying to get into a boat. And for those of us that have been with Berserk since they started coming out in tankobon, we know what the boat means and what it signifies. It means the journey, the years and many years long journey to get to the fairy world. And That's what they're trying to do. Now, for you wonderful folks that are reading this for the first time, you don't have to wait years. You're only going to have to wait just a few months before the next chapter or the next book comes out. So I'm both envious of you, and I kind of feel bad that you didn't go on that journey with us having to wait years. But nonetheless, here we all are here together. So this big city is now being ran amok by the Kushan Empire, and yeah, Guts and his friends have to go and try to get a boat. Now, this, again, because of spoilers, I do have to talk about the last volume. Guts gained something called the Berserker Armor, and when he goes into full Berserk mode is when he needs Shirk's help, because he can't control it. He can't contain the animal that he becomes. And here, we're going to fast forward. We're not going to go through all the pages, but oh gosh, just look at that badass imagery. This is the armor that I'm talking about. This is the Berserker armor that kind of takes over Guts' body. And he's had it, for the last few volumes, he's used it and he lost control. And when he's done using it, his body is just completely wrecked. He looks like he's older. He's got gray hair. That's why Guts looks like the way that he does. He's got gray streak going up the middle of his hair. But Shirky thinks, you need to stop using it. There's got to be a way that you have to learn how to control it. So that's what this particular volume has. He has him fighting a bunch of monsters, a big, huge monster. And then we see this necromancer. It's the, what is his name? Emperor Ganishka, who rules the Kushan. So he appears, and there's also an apostle. I'm not going to reveal who the apostle is. And this apostle is kind of not wanting to bend the knee to Griffith and the rest of the band of the Hawk. So he's kind of a rogue apostle. Because you have all the other apostles across the world that are now falling under Griffith's command and leadership. This particular apostle is trying to pretty much just surpass the God Hand. So he knows what the God Hand is capable of, and he's like, you know what? I got this. I'm going to do this my own. So now Guts is trying to stop him. There's this amazing fight, not just between Guts and this big apostle, but also my dude right there. Oh, I love this guy. Zod. Oh, dude. Nosferatu Zod comes in, and there's this amazing team up with beautiful imagery. You can find out for yourself what I'm talking about. Again, mature content due to the violence, the sexual content in here. And there's a flashback here between Zod and Griffith and the rest of the band of the Hawk. So you have Guts and his friends trying to get on a boat and to take it to the fairy island. So you have Guts, Casca, Farnese, Serpico, Shirk, Isidro, Puck, and also Ivalera. Now, they're all with Captain Roderick, but they're also reuniting with Azan, who was at one time a knight of the Holy See. He was with the Iron Knights with Farnese. So they're reunited on the boat. He's just kind of like a drunken guy that's kind of given up on fighting. So you have that story of them finally getting into a boat, heading off to this fairy island, because that's where the cure for Casca is going to be. And then you have the other side of the story, which is Griffith just conquering different kingdoms and different kings just bending the knee to him. Princess Charlotte makes a really strong move that pretty much just says, hey, you got to follow Griffith. He is now in charge of this particular part of this world. Dude, that is such an awesome story, because we've yet seen a reunion. I mean, we've seen glimpses of it, but a big fight, the big clash between Guts and Griffith. So there's pirates, and of course these pirates are all freaky looking. You can always tell who the demons are, because they always look freaky. There's this beautiful page I got to show here. That is one of my favorite panels of any comic of all time. I freaking love that panel. The amount of pain and loss and torture that is just weighing on his soul, and it's just background of this beautiful night sky. Oh man, that is such a perfect panel, the amount of detail. And speaking of detail, I'm sure you've seen the detail in here. The bricks, the stones, the buildings, and no other edition has done it justice, at least here in the US, of course. I know that there's a Spanish edition, which is a beautiful edition, but I think this is just the paper that was made for something like Berserk. This is thick matte paper. They're not using glossy paper. I've stressed on my channel before that glossy does not always mean, you know, top tier. Sometimes it depends on the art, and I think the black and white really works well with this particular paper. It is absorbing all the dark, so the contrast is so much better. So yeah, this is their journey to Elfenheim, and it's never easy, and they're going to be there on a boat for a while. And on top of that, you throw in the Kushan Empire to mess things up. You know a big-ass fight is coming. Alright, so here is your cover gallery. Again, this is the way that they originally appeared with Berserk, volume number, but these are just textless. So you have volume 31, 32 right there, and beautiful Griffith in volume 33. This does come wrapped in plastic, and it does have a leaflet right here telling you what is included in there, the ISBN. But then again, you get the ISBN in the back too. Oh, I'm sorry, the back here. And of course, the big thing that I love about these books, a free bookmark, or, you know, your ribbon right here. Oh, I love that. I love that that is included in there. Really wish they would do more manga in this particular treatment. Give it this treatment. But that, as they say... No, wait. We got one more thing to do. Okay, there is one more thing left to do. We got to slide that in here. Now, welcome home, Berserk 11. Now I can say, that, as they say, is that. If you're interested in purchasing this book, don't forget to check out our sponsor, cheapgraphicnovels.com, your online home for graphic novels and collected editions up to 50% off cover price. They have excellent shipping and prompt and helpful service. Check out their bargain deals for up to 90% off cover price. And don't forget that CGN also takes pre-orders. That way you don't miss out on the hottest releases. And they are currently running a special promotion for you Minties. If you're a first-time customer, after receiving your order confirmation email, reply back to that email and let them know near mint condition sent you their way. They will then apply a free shipping promotional credit to your next order in the US. Cheap Graphic Novels, your source for the hottest books with the kind of deep discount, quality shipping, and customer service that will keep you coming back for more. That was the content, the page count, and build of this deluxe edition. Let me know in the comments down below if this is the way you are reading Berserk, or if you're reading Berserk in the Tankobon form, like these that were originally published by Dark Horse, or just waiting around for these beautiful deluxe editions. And yeah, what's going to happen with the future of Berserk and Deluxe Edition? Leave those comments, questions down below. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe, ring that bell for notifications to let you know when our videos are going live. We are on Spreadshop and Patreon, amazing ways to support the channel if you can do so. And thank you so much to our existing patrons. Could not be making videos like this without you all. More importantly, all of you stay healthy and safe out there. Much love.